Welcome back to 315 Squared. If you guys have watched this channel within this last year, not the show coverage stuff, but the GMC Sierra video, probably some GMC Sonoma stuff, you've noticed the vehicle in the background, but I've yet to do a video on it. Or if you follow me on Instagram at TLysak, I've posted some pictures of it. Because honestly, the hard work has already been done. But there's some things that still we need to take care of before a show tomorrow, which I'm prepping for, called Cruise to the Pines. So for those that don't know, Cruise to the Pines is basically a rolling car show followed by a car show. So today, which is a Friday, they're actually doing a drive to, I believe it's Prescott, Arizona, northern Arizona. So you get whatever, 50 to 100 people all in their vehicles, and they cruise up, spend the night, and then Saturday, tomorrow, is the show. For those that can't do it today, like myself, they're actually going to do a little mini cruise up to the show Saturday morning. So that's what I'm prepping for. But I wanted to kind of give you guys a look around of what vehicle we are prepping. So let's get to it. So you're looking at a 2002 Chevy Blazer. And as you can see, and as I've mentioned, the hard work has already been done. It already has a Beltec suspension kit on it. Obviously already has wheels. That's really it, honestly. My buddy Chris Hall, as you guys know, I've done some, he helped me on the Sonoma, lowering that, and he did the work on this as well. So yeah, I had bought this truck stock. It was just, I happened to, actually I found it on Marketplace, as one does, and it was, I want to say, it was, I think it might have been New Year's Day, honestly. I found it on there. And I've always liked the two-door Blazers. I've always thought they were cool, the two-wheel drives. But really what caught my eye, and we might as well show you guys now what the hell, is it is a 5-speed manual. So, yeah, so I tried to do some research. I just know that 5-speed manual two-wheel drive Blazers are rare. So honestly, I just jumped on it thinking like, wow, this is going to be a really cool, rare vehicle that, you know, you don't see too many 5-speed manual Blazers. So, and I know the Extremes didn't come as one. This obviously is not an Extreme. So I don't believe the Extremes came in 5 speeds. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I've read some stuff where it said it was a custom order to get a 5-speed. I don't know. I do know that it's bare bones, and we'll get into that. But yeah, that is mainly one of the reasons that one of the main reasons I bought the truck. Now, I'm kind of second guessing that choice because now I'm realizing that not a lot of people know how to drive manuals. So, and obviously, I mean, not obviously, but I'd like to kind of move this vehicle along, I don't know, find something else, build something else. So I'm not sure how much there is of a market for 5-speed manual lowered Blazers. So I guess we'll find out here when I put it up for sale. So let's kind of go over the paint and body. From here, it probably looks awesome, right? You're probably like, damn, that's really sweet. But if we go closer, there's a ton of imperfections in the paint. My guess is that a lot of this is like a bird crapped and it just sat and just kind of ruined the paint. There's a ton of little scratches all on the hood. There's some stuff on the door. I don't know if you could see it because I can't even see because of the sun, the glare. There's a little bit stuff right there. That's just dirt. That should clean up. You got a little bit right there. The tailgate's pretty well, except for, I don't know, man. There's a spot. Where can you guys see it? Right there. Little scratch there. Driver's side isn't too bad till you get up here. There's some kind of weird tape line, so obviously there was something done. I don't know if it was an accident or something else. You got a couple blemishes right up there. You know, a couple more in the front fenders. It's just, you know, I wouldn't say a 10-footer. It's better than that, but it definitely is not perfect. Let's just say that. It's original paint. Has 107,000 miles on it, so relatively low miles, but it is not perfection. Even on the bumper, as you would expect, there's, you know, a bunch of blemishes. So, I'd like to sell this Blazer and move on. I haven't posted it up for sale yet, but I definitely would like to do so. So, is it worth really either repainting the hood, or buying a cowl hood and getting it painted matched, and redoing the bumper, or just leave it as is as a good, cheap daily driver for someone? And that's more where I'm leaning. It's just a nice daily driver that it's not perfection, so you're not afraid to drive it, but you can enjoy it. So that's kind of where my mind is right now, is just a cool little Blazer that not a lot of people have, that kind of just does what it does. And that's really kind of the goal of it currently. For wheels, American Racing actually hooked me up. Not hooked me up as in free, but hooked me up as far as I was able to get a good price on it. I know one of the guys at American Racing, so he hooked me up with this set. These are 18s. Man, I can't think of the name of the wheel currently. I think it's a VR or something. And then these tires in the front are 245 40 18s. And if we move to the rear, these are 275 40 18s. So the center is a gunmetal, obviously with the aluminum on the outside, or chrome, I guess you would say. And I don't know, I actually really like them on the Blazer. I think they look good. The gunmetal gray looks good, and just fits the Blazer, honestly. So I'm kind of stoked on the wheel and tire setup. Beltec suspension on here. I believe it's a 5.6. So I do get a little hitting on the rear axle in the rear when you go over certain bumps. So we're going to actually try to take care of that today. I did put smaller bump stops on the truck already. But we might have to Sawzall a little more. And if that doesn't help, then I'm going to have to C-notch it, which I'm hoping not to do, because I'm hoping to get rid of it before having to do it. But if that doesn't help it, yeah, I'm going to have to C-notch the frame, which, again, is probably a hassle, which I've never done. And I'm going to try not to. Let's see, what else we got? So, under the hood, we have the 4.3 liter V6. Again, 107,000 miles on it. I have not cleaned underneath here, but it's relatively clean. AC works. Put a brand new battery in, so got that taken care of. Already had a new alternator. So the only issue that I did have with this thing is when I was started driving it more after I bought it, is the it would, like, when I was driving, it would like lose power, and if I was stopped in stop and go traffic, it would actually shut off. And I wasn't exactly sure what the issue was. It wasn't the fuel pump, wasn't the battery. And so what we ended up doing is Chris and I ended up taking the fuel tank out, and there was a bunch of like rust in there, which, I don't know, I guess it sat for a while and ended up getting rusty. So I think what was happening is the flakes, the rust flakes, were just clogging up the filter or the hose, and it wasn't getting fuel. Because when you let off the gas and let it kind of settle a little bit, then it would run fine. So we ended up dropping the tank, washing it out as best we could, and put a new fuel pump in. And so far, so good. I haven't had any issues driving it. So I think we took care of that. But that was definitely an issue that I didn't expect from this truck. So, but these things happen. It wasn't terribly bad to do, although I know we had some issues with the fuel pump and kind of like the connectors, and Chris had to kind of go back and forth a couple different times because they weren't exactly 100% matched. So anyways, shout out to Chris, because he's kind of like my Chevy truck guru, taking care of all these things for me. So but yeah, other than that, like maintenance wise, that's really been the biggest issue so far, which again wasn't that big of a deal. So moving on to the interior, it is pretty clean, as you guys can see. Door panels pretty clean. I did get new floor mats, and didn't have any in there when I bought it. As you can see, the seats, no rips in the seats, so that is good there. I do have this ugly ass steering wheel cover. We're gonna take that off. The 3 pedals right there. Again, dash is pretty clean. Sorry for my shoddy camera work. It is, as you can see, bare bones. So no power windows, no power locks, no power seats, no power anything, aside from like power steering. Everything is manual, which is good because that's less to break, right? So we'll go over to the passenger side. Not much new to show you there, but again, it's just a clean vehicle. Let's see, the dash, I do have a new piece. This piece right here was cracked when I got it, so I have a new piece. That's part of the one of the things that we gotta do today is put that on. Yeah, just a pretty clean. The latch is broken there, so that doesn't, well, yeah, that doesn't latch. But rear seat wise, you could see pretty clean. So yeah, interior wise, you're probably looking, I don't know, 10 out of 10, 9.5. Yeah, it's a super clean interior with no cracks or anything like that. So one of the things I want to take care of today before the show is clean up this frame, which, as you could see, is kind of, it's, I don't know, almost looked like someone started to prep it for paint and then just didn't. So what my plan is to do is sand the frame as best as possible and get a new coat of paint. So that's the majority of it. Like I said, hopefully solves all the rear bump stop area, get me some more articulation, I guess, without hitting the frame. I got some new bump stops for the front of the vehicle as well, so we definitely got to take that on as well. We do, as far as the interior, that I forgot to mention, is it does have the aftermarket stereo, but it doesn't have Bluetooth, and I need to have Bluetooth. So put a new head unit in. Let's see, I do have new corner markers, clears, that I'm going to put on. I'm going to get rid of the amber ones. Hopefully that will clean it up a tad. I got some new headlight bulbs, which that's not a big deal, headlight bulbs. One of the other things I want to do, let me show you over here, is up here is all faded. So I want to paint that again, kind of bring that back, as well as I don't think I'm going to paint, but I think I'm going to, do that kind of bring the plastic back to black, or whatever else I have maybe laying at home, because the plastic on top here is sorry, the plastic that is up here is kind of faded, as you would expect. There's some more bad paint work right there in the rear bumper, but kind of just go through it and just clean it up as best I can, and just, yeah, enjoy it while I have it, and then hopefully moving on to somebody else that can enjoy it. So why don't we get back to the house, start working on this thing, because I don't know how long it's going to take for me to sand the frame, paint the frame, and do the radio and all those other things that I have to do before tomorrow's show. So I guess I'll meet you back at the house. All right, after a quick change of clothes, because I knew I was going to get filthy and a bite to eat, we could get on to the frame. So I got it up a little bit to make it a little bit easier since it's lowered as it is. So really my goal is to, clean this up even more. I don't know how crazy I'm gonna get. There the new leaves for the Beltec suspension. So yeah, I don't know how crazy I'm gonna get, but the plan is just to get a wire wheel, clean it up as best I can, and then start painting. I don't know when it comes to the front, again, I don't know how crazy I'm gonna get. I don't know if I'm gonna take off the wheels and do it that way, because really, honestly, once you get up to here, it's not that bad. So I might just do it from here and do it, I don't know, somewhere back here. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, you can see some in there too. So we'll see. I'm not sure exactly how crazy I'm gonna get. Sorry, it's still like, I don't know, I think it's 96 degrees out here today in Phoenix. So yeah, let's just I don't know, let's just get started and see how it goes. I got some, I'll show you here in a minute, got some purple sanding discs from Amazon that had, good reviews, that people say they work well and they last a while. So we'll give those a try, and I don't know, hope for the best. I mean, it's got to come out better than what it looks like now, right? So we'll do that, and then hopefully move on to the other side. So this is the disc I'm using. Like I said, the purple disc. I already did this so far on the driver's side, and that took me maybe 5 minutes, probably more like 3. Again, this is a Arizona truck, so there's not a lot of rust and stuff, but I think I got a couple of different adapters, so I'm going to do my best to kind of like get in there. I probably will take the rear tire off and clean that as best I could, but yeah, that's definitely, within 3 minutes, looking pretty good. So I'll call it a success so far. So as you can see, I got the rear wheel off so I could get into here a little better. here's the bump stop that I gotta remove or do something with. So I got a couple of different attachments for a drill, so I'm gonna see how that works, and yeah, just kind of go from there. Like I said, I haven't done anything with that yet. I'll try to get this as best as possible. I'll probably remove that bump stop while I'm here, and yeah, just keep marching along. Alright, what I figured I'd tackle first before I start grinding is, as you can see, there's a bump stop that's currently on the rear. If I go over like railroad tracks or like a hard bump, like I definitely feel it hitting the frame. So I had already ordered these, which if you put them side by side, little shorter. So I'm hoping swapping out those rears for the little shorter ones will make a difference. If not, I know they make even smaller ones that are just like a round disc, almost like a thick rubber washer or urethane washer. So I'll try these this weekend. The drive will be an excellent test for it tomorrow, because it's like a 2.5, 3 hour drive to the show. So I'll swap these out, see if that changes anything. If it doesn't, then I'll put those super small ones on and go for there. Like I said, I'm trying to avoid doing C-notch on it if I can. So we'll try this out and just kind of see how it goes. So here's a better look at the size difference between the two bump stops. So yeah, I'm gonna swap those in and go from there. I think the newer ones that I was talking to you about, oops, just another scratch there, don't worry about it. It's basically where this top is, like that's how thick it is. So you'll lose these two. So I might order those. No, I'll wait until tomorrow, see how it is. And if it's, if I'm still hitting the frame over bumps, then I'll order the other ones. But I just want to give you a difference, or show you the difference in the bump stops that I'm changing out to. Alright, I prepped the frame, got as much loose stuff out as I could, even in the little smaller places. I don't know how well you get to see that, but got up in there, swapped over the new bump stop for the smaller one, there, even cleaned up the drum a little bit. Well, not drum because it's disc, but the hub. And I bought a cheap set of Amazon wheel covers just so I don't get any overspray on the wheels. And I'm gonna get some, let's see, I got some Prep-All. I had bought that when I was painting some of the stuff on the Sonoma, and then I picked up some Eastwood Extreme Chassis Black paint. Probably way overkill for what I'm doing, since I want to get rid of this truck anyway, so I probably didn't need to spend whatever that is, $20, $25, $30 on a can of chassis paint. But honestly, I forgot I bought it, and I was going through all the parts that I needed this today, and I had it, so I must have ordered it. Obviously I ordered it, so we will use that. I only bought one can, so I hope it's enough to do both sides, which I think it will. I mean, it's not a big truck, so, and I'm only doing the sides. I'm not even doing really underneath or on top or anything like that, just the sides of it. So I should be fine, should have plenty left over. So yeah, I'm just gonna shake those cans a little bit more. I'm not even gonna mask anything, I'm just going for it. So I think I'll be fine. I'm not too worried about it, so we'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed. Yeah, so like I was saying, I just did a light coating. I'm gonna wait a couple, 2-3 minutes, let that dry off. Then I'll do another coat, probably wait another 5 minutes, and then do the final coat, let that dry. I actually took the bump stop off so I wouldn't spray paint all over it. So took that off. I'll get the 2 more coats put on and then let it dry, put the wheel back on, and then move to the passenger side. Also, I'm really just doing it to clean up the frame from where it was. Like, I'm not doing like this precision job. I mean, I'm just doing it to get better than what it was. So that's why I'm not taking off the front tire. I'm not like taking off the brake lines and all that type of stuff. I'm just cleaning it up and respraying it just to make it better, more presentable than how it looked like prior to. And when I'm done, hopefully it'll be worth it. But yeah, I'm not making it like this pristine show car winning chassis. It's just, let's just, you know, maybe that'll attract more buyers if the chassis is all nicely painted. Who knows? I don't know. But visually for me, I was like, it was an eyesore and I had to fix it. So that's what we're doing. Finished painting the driver's side. I just did a light skim coat because I wanted to have enough paint to do the passenger side. So, show you here, kind of, there might be a little glare from the sun, but give you a good idea. Got that painted as well. So, I mean, considering what it looked like before, I would say it's definitely an improvement. I'm not going to bore you with the passenger side. I'm just going to get to it, and then we'll move on to the next project. I don't know. We'll check the frame off the list, and we'll move on to something else. So I'll catch back with you up in a little bit. It's hot. All right, a little out of breath, a little dirty, but we got there. Just finished the passenger side of the frame, got the tires back on, bump stops back on. So take a little look. Hop on over to passenger side. I got a few bubbles. I don't know, you can't really tell, but yeah, there she is. I got a little bit under here too, and a little bit in the front here. Whew. So yeah, check that off the list. The other thing I'm thinking about doing right now is this right here, and painting that. You can see it's all just weathered. Sun got to it. You could actually see down here probably a little bit of it black, and then what it's done. So this might take a minute. I'm gonna probably flip the truck around, back it in, and then it's probably gonna take me whoever knows how long to mask it up. But since I'm in the painting phase, let's knock that out, see what kind of difference that makes. We'll do one side at a time, just like the frame, and just kind of see how it goes. So let's get this thing turned around and start masking off. All right, I finished masking up the passenger side rear window, as you guys can see. Trying to avoid as much as possible to get any spray on the paint. So we just want to get everything here that's in the black. So hopefully it all goes well. So what I'm using is SEM trim black right there. I've used SEM paint before for door panels and stuff like that, so haven't used the trim black. So we'll see. There is a texture to this. Don't want to get any oils on it, but so there is a texture, but I think at the end of the day, it will look a lot better than it does currently. So as you guys know, the sun in the Southwest just kills plastic paint, all that stuff. So I'm hoping this brings it back to a little bit more originality, makes it pop a little bit more. But we'll see. You know, I've never used the trim paint before, but I've had great success with their interior plastic paint. So we'll see. I think all there is to do now is kind of wipe it off and start spraying. All right, passenger side should be dry enough now for me to do the little unmasking. I went a little overkill, but again, I didn't want to get any overspray on the paint, so better safe than sorry in my book. I got all this stuff from Amazon as far as the wrap of protecting the paint, so I like it a lot. It comes in like three different sizes. You kind of see it right there. There's two of them right there. So yeah, so I like it. Seems to stick pretty well. So yeah, let's unwrap this thing. I have the other side ready to go. I haven't sprayed this side yet, so it's it looks like it has, I guess, maybe with the lighting, but it has not been sprayed. So I'm gonna remove the passenger side, see how that turned out, and then spray the driver's side. Probably would look better in the sun, so we'll do that. But that's it with the trim painted. Didn't seem to get any overspray, which is I'm happy about. But yeah, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, I think out in the dark. Oh, out in the dark. I think out in the sun, you'll definitely see a difference. Obviously, I'm in the garage, so you can't really tell. But yeah, once we get it into the sun, I think it'll be a major improvement on the rear plastic. Time to shoot. So while the other side's drying, I figured I'd move on to the bumpers. I'm not gonna paint them with the plastic trim. However, as you can see, I mean, they're super dull. But I have two different things that I've used in the past, but I've never done them like side by side. So I'm gonna use the Cerakote ceramic trim coat to see how that works. And then this is by Koch-Chemie, I don't know, Topstar. It's an interior plastic. Does basically the same thing, but without that kind of greasy feeling. So I figured I'd probably do one half of the bumper with one, or maybe do the top half. Let's do that. Let's do the, no. I'll do half and half. It might be better to see a difference if I do half and half. Maybe I'll do a line with the tape and kind of see. I think initially they'll both be they'll both be really good. They'll look great, but I think over time, maybe like tomorrow or a week or so, I think you'll see a difference between the two, and I'm curious which one kind of holds better to the sun and doesn't fade as fast. So yeah, we'll try them both on each side and kind of see which one turns out to be the best. So I think both products are really good. It's just, I guess, maybe a matter of preference, what you guys prefer. So anyways, let's get to that. So I'm going to do the Topstar on the right hand side and do the Cerakote on the left side, just so you guys know. Cerakote left, Topstar right. Woo! So first impression between the Topstar and Cerakote is definitely a darker black than the Topstar. That's not as dark. Obviously Topstar had a little bit more time to settle because I did that first. However, I will say with the Cerakote pad, it's hard to get in those little cracks with the application that they give you, where on Topstar you could get in there with like a rag, because it's a spray. It's not a spray, but it comes out the nozzle on the top. So I would say that I do like Cerakote for the darkness it gives, but I will say, the downfall is getting into nooks and crannies. So I guess if you had like something solid, like this where there's nothing like that, then you're good to go. But if you have like little crevices like that, you can't really get in there. So that would be as far as between the two, the thing I noticed most about it. So again, I did that one first, and so it's probably had 3 minutes or so to settle, where this is still kind of fresh. I should have waited longer, but I didn't. So I guess we'll see here what happens. Maybe what I'll do is unmask that and then go unpack there and kind of see where we stand. So all right, let's do that. been a few minutes. Unmask the side, come back here, and I would say that it's still, the Cerakote is a darker black than the Top Star. So I think what I'm going to do is do this side with the Cerakote as well, and then I'll use the Top Star just to get like in between here where you can still see there's dirt and stuff like that. Same thing with here, you can see the dirt in there. So I'm going to use a Top Star, so yeah, for in the crevices, and then Cerakote on the other side, and that should have the bumper looking as good as I could get it anyways. Alright, since we're quickly, let's get out into the light. Since we're quickly running out of daylight, let's get this thing turned around. What I want to do now is the marker lights. I know they don't look bad, but I think the clears would look better. I just hope that it's simple. I hope I don't have, I know there's some clips, but I hope I could get to them with just the hood open. I hope I don't have to remove the whole like front fascia and stuff like that. So if that's the case, I probably won't do it tonight just because of time. But if I could get to them and pop out the clips, then I'll do it. The other thing I want to do is that center piece that's right there, that's missing. Pop that in. What else? I probably won't get a chance to do the radio, just because I don't know. I have a light in my garage, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll do it. But me and radios, like what I think is going to take 30 minutes, turns into 3 hours. So I might hold off on the radio just for that reason alone. I don't know. I'll look at my little checklist and kind of see if we've done everything that I want to do for tomorrow. So let's get the thing turned around and keep going. Quick update. I was able to get the lens out without having to take the whole front fascia off. However, maybe it's just because it's old. I cracked some of the plastic right there that holds the lens, and also right there. So yeah, so basically there's some clips right there that you push together, and then one there, and that's how you remove it. But I was struggling, and I don't know, it was probably my fault that broke. But now that I did that one, I gotta do that one, and I'll try to be a little bit more careful. I also have a new headlight to put in, so I'll do that. I don't remember what I got. I don't know if it's LED, HID, I don't remember, but I just remember I ordered something to make it a little bit brighter. So yeah, oh well, you win some, you lose some, I guess. So what I ended up doing is putting a zip tie there because it was super loose. So it's a little loose over here. I might do another one, but this is not going anywhere. The only problem is I'm not sure if the headlight is going to hit this or not. I guess time will tell, but I'm going to try to secure this side somehow and hopefully not do that to the other side. So I did the test fit, and it does fit with the zip tie there. The only thing is this side's a little loose. It's not going to fall out, but I don't know. I couldn't really, I mean, unless I don't know. I'm just going to leave it right now. I didn't see anything where I could make another zip tie on that side. So anyways, I will move forward. I got some LED lighting, Mars Auto, I don't know, another Amazon deal. So just the driving lights. I didn't do the brights. So yeah, put these in, do the other side, and probably we'll call it a day. It's starting to get a little sunsetty out here. So let's get this installed and move on to the other side. So got the new headlight and tail lamp assembled. I probably need to change out that one on the bottom for amber. It's clear, but you could, well, I could see how much brighter it is than the passenger side. So yeah, should be good for driving at night or early in the morning, because way more light. I'll probably honestly leave that light in there like that for a while because it's already jimmied. So let's get started on that side. Whew, it's been a day. Well, I still broke pieces, but not as bad. This is not as bad. And I broke a little piece there. Actually, I don't even know if I broke a piece there, to be honest with you, but I definitely broke a little piece there, but hardly anything. So, I don't know. I should have been more careful doing it, taking it out the first time. But again, was this 02? So, you know, it's 23 years old. So the plastic's brittle. So that didn't help. I probably should just left the ambers in there, but I didn't think I was gonna break it, to be honest. So anyways, let me get that installed and we'll move on to the next thing. All right, I'd call it a success. Lights are installed. This piece is broken. Yeah, so I don't know. I doubt I will buy a new one and paint it, although maybe I'll try to paint it myself. I don't know. I know they sell color match paint for, well, they do it for any vehicle really. So you know what, I forgot to peel this thing. It's like Christmas morning. Oh, look at it. There you go. Much better. I do have a side marker light out right there. So I guess that would have been nice to know if I had that out already, but at least the headlight part goes in and out fine, so that shouldn't be a big deal. The only thing I have left, or the only thing left that I'm going to do today, actually, is this piece. And it just snaps in. I thought there was actually screws, but there's not. And again, it's just going to go right up in there. So, let's take care of that. And that'll be it for today. I really wish I had time to clean the paint more. I mean, I washed it, but I wish I was able to give it a wax and stuff. But I gotta clean up the garage. I gotta move like 9,000 cars. So I think I'll probably just do a quick wax at the show. But let me get this piece installed, close the hood, pull it out, and we'll see what we got. Gotta represent. So let's see if I could do this without making a mess. Nope. I thought I had it pretty well on there, but apparently not. By the way, I'm freaking starving. Alright, let's see. I just gotta get this. Let's try over here. Let's see if I could get. Alright, I see. God damn it. Alright. I'm not going to bore you with this. I'm going to work on this and then come back. Just wanted to do a follow-up since I wasn't able to do it at the show yesterday because they had music playing the whole time, and for copyright reasons I wouldn't have been able to post that at the show. So just came back today. Just want to give a quick recap. The bump stop issue is still there, but it's definitely a lot less. It's a 2-hour drive each way, so there was definitely time to, you know, see how the truck handled, and there are certain times where it would bottom out. So I think what I'm going to do is just get a smaller bump stop and replace the one that I did in the back. Maybe move that one up front, but it's definitely a lot better. It's just not, at the point where I want it to be. I don't think I'll need to do a C-notch in it. I think once I use a smaller, slimmer bump stop, that should take care of the issues. As far as the frame, which I'm not sure, I know I showed you in the garage, but not sure if I showed you out in the, sun. Chassis came out really well. Also, this part that I painted as well came out good. At least better than what it was. So, overall, mission accomplished. The only thing I didn't get to do was install a radio, but at the end of the day, that was like the least of my worries. I wanted to get everything else done, taken care of first, and radio, I'll do that another time. So, yeah, I think once I do the bump stop deal, I will put this thing up for sale. Hopefully it goes to a nice owner, good owner, and somebody gets to enjoy it, because I just really don't drive it all that much. So hopefully, and then, gives me an opportunity to pick something else up and play with it. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys at the next one. Peace.